So to begin, let me first start by saying thank you. Thank you so much for joining me today with Vera Firman. Vera is the co-founder of True Fire Media. And I got to tell you, she's one of my very favorite leaders that I've had the good fortune of meeting just this past year. And I'm Linda Fisk. I'm the CEO of LeadHERship Global, and I am absolutely thrilled to welcome all of you to the program today. For those of you that are not yet members of LeadHERship Global, let me just say that LeadHERship Global is the most impactful community of extraordinary women in the world. We unleash the full potential of high-performing and growth-oriented leaders in a confidential, supportive, and private community. LeadHERship Global helps members accelerate their definition of success by defining their vision, growing their leadership, expanding their influence, and leaving a lasting legacy. So if you're not yet a member of LeadHERship Global and you're interested in learning more about this remarkable community of extraordinary women that are leading across business, entertainment, and politics, then please reach out. It would be my pleasure and honor to get to know any of you that I have not had the privilege of meeting yet. Now, about today's conversation, did you know that you can actually set up a lead generation campaign right from your social media accounts and reach millions of prospective customers? You actually don't need a website to showcase your work. You don't need a website to post reviews and promote your products. You can actually leverage social media to do all of those things that a website can do and more, including creating a reliable sales funnel with new prospective customers. I got to tell you, this is absolutely mind-blowing for a lot of entrepreneurs, because in this workshop, you're going to learn how to generate leads without a website, how to create social media ads that actually convert, how to target the right audience and create compelling content, and test and optimize all of your advertising in a way that's not confusing, not time draining, and not expensive. So every month, businesses generate millions of dollars on Facebook alone. And in this workshop, you're going to learn how to leverage this powerful platform. This is not a class where you're going to be told how important social media is. I think we all know that. Rather, today is going to be a hands-on, practical workshop that shows you the nitty-gritty of setting up social media lead generation campaigns. Now, before we get going, let me tell you just a moment about Vera. Powerhouse. She is the co-founder and CEO of True Fire Media, and she provides marketing services that are focused on helping businesses generate strong sales pipelines through lead generation best practices, including website design and development, although that's not needed, and social media marketing, content creation strategy, search engine optimization, Google Ads, promotional video production, and more. She is an absolute digital marketing and online expert. And Vera has put together a team of professionals that are absolutely determined to help your business achieve tangible results and grow exponentially. True Fire Media has a proprietary lead generation system that's focused on solving every single business's biggest problem, which is what? Developing a reliable source of profitable customers. Okay, so with that, let me turn it over to Vera and we'll get going. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Linda. I hope everyone can hear me. First of all, thank you very much for you to be here. I'm very excited. I would like to welcome again everyone to this masterclass, how to create a reliable sales funnel by leveraging social media. In simple terms, how we can utilize the social media to generate leads for our businesses without having a fancy website, fancy landing pages, and thousands of followers on our social media. Yes, it's all also possible. Let me just share the screen with you. I know Linda already introduced me, but I would like to have a small introduction again about myself. Over the last 10 years, I've been doing social media and digital marketing. I used to work for a global organization and managing multi-dollar organizations with offices worldwide. And 4 years ago, since I was pregnant with my second kid, and I decided to start my own journey, and we started our own business with my partner. And now I must say we did well. It was very hard work, but it worked. And I'm happy to bring this experience to you today and show you how we're generating leads for our businesses. Because without leads and customers opportunities, your business cannot scale. Your business cannot be profitable. So in this workshop, you will learn how to use Facebook lead ads to grow your business, how to generate the leads without a website, how to create lead ads that convert, how we can target the right audience, how to create the compelling ad content, and I'm going to show you actually in practice how to set it all up, not only theory. But we start with the theory first. I hope everyone can see me and hear me. Yes? Sounds good. Okay, so first of all, a bit of the theory first. What are the lead ads? I'm going to show you the examples of the lead ads, some advantages and disadvantages and tips, how we can increase our lead quality and conversion rate. So the Facebook leads ads it's just basically, they could be used in Instagram as well. As you know, it's all same company, Facebook and Instagram. So the Facebook leads are essentially promoted forums that allow you to capture details of your potential customers while offering opportunities to connect. For example, you can offer a newsletter subscription or demo requests or contest registration or sign-ups. So when someone click on the ad, they could actually, they're presented with a little form done in Facebook, and there is populated information with of the user. So that can be completed with a few easy taps. And one of the advantages, as you may already know, that 90% of users are using mobiles. So these forms are very good for, like I would say, they're mobile friendly. Here you could see the examples of what it looks like. On the left side, you're going to see it's what it looks like on mobile. And here I'm going to turn on the pre-recorded video, what it looks like on a desktop. So all of you have a Facebook, right? And sometimes you may see the ads which just look like this, okay? Once you click on the lead, learn more, you're going to see a little like a mini landing page with the offer and the user information automatically pulled up from Facebook, such as email, phone number, and there might be some questions you may need to fill manually. I'm going to show you in a while how to do it all in practice. This is just for you to understand what it looks like. Then you click submit and boom, we receive the lead. I hope you see everything. Is it all right, or you want me to repeat?
Yeah, we can see it. Thank you so much, Vera.
All right, let's move. So the advantages of such lead ads. First of all, it has very good conversion rate, approximately 20%. We can optimize for people for who left their details. Cost per lead is much cheaper if you advertise for the landing page of the website, okay? After the lead fills up the form, you can transfer that lead to a call or to schedule a meeting with you, or you can send them something like educational to learn about you. Another advantage, it's suitable for any niche. It's actually working for any niche, even if you sell some products or you have e-commerce, it's suitable for everything. And another advantage that you can connect those leads to your CRM and have like follow-up conversation after, or if you don't have CRM, you just upload it in Excel CSV file and then still need to follow up with the leads and maybe call them or send them some other information. Of course, like in every platform and in every system, we have some disadvantages as well. Sometimes the lead quality might be a bit low. It's depending on certain factors, for example, your hook, your offer, or additional question you may ask. I would recommend to ask additional question to qualify the leads. And few tips how we can increase the quality. I'm talking here about theory first before we go into practice, so you understand. So the lead quality could be increased by placing extra questions, like you saw in the example I showed you earlier. It could be 1 or 3 questions. I would not recommend to put lots of questions because cost per lead gonna increase, but 1 or 2 questions to qualify the lead is good. Connecting leads to CRM is also very important. If you have CRM, you can have a follow-up conversation after, or Excel. I mentioned it before as well. Of course, it's very important to call the leads. It's very important to call the leads as soon as they sign up, and create a video of the product or service you're selling is also could be good for conversion rate, especially if you're selling some product. Explainer video should be good. Before we move to the compelling ad content, I just want to understand that everything is clear so far, or you may have some questions about the lead form. Okay, I don't see anything in the chat, I think. Okay, okay. So before we creating actually a lead form, we need to understand how to write the content for our ad copy. So before we write the content before writing the content, we need to break down, we need to write a fundament for our targeted audience. We need to write their pain points. We need to understand how we can solve their pain points. And important thing as well, we need to read the Facebook policy before we write our ad copy, because Facebook keeps changing rules like every day, and we don't want to get our accounts banned. So how do we write fundament for our customers? Here I place just one example how we do it for our customers. You could do it for your niche, for your targeted audience. First of all, we need to put the niche, describe the niche we are targeting. For example, in this case, we are targeting our niche is financial planning. The product or services we are offering are financial advisors, pension plans. If you have your product or service, for example, you're coaching you're coaching moms something, or you're coaching, I don't know, some businesses to something, or you're selling something, you have to describe being very specific of product and service you're offering. You have to be very specific or targeted audience, demographics, is it a man or woman, what age are they, what countries, what regions, or you can even target by locations, specify locations. In this particular example, we are targeting like expats living in Spain, Italy, Portugal, France. And the pain points of these people, British expats, is like high income tax, or they cannot utilize their retirement savings when they pass away, or they have no capital protection. So each of you have to describe what are the pain points you're sorting for your customers. If you don't know the pain points of your audience, you have to do research. Let's say if we have a customer and we don't know about their targeted audience pain points, we don't know what they like, we don't know what interests they have, we do a marketing research. And it's very important. Maybe we host another workshop how to do research, but I'm sure most of you know how to, what problems you're solving for your audience, and how you can actually help. Of course, we also write what we're gonna offer. I would recommend to offer something for free, first of all, to read, to offer some value. It could be either like a free guide to read, or a free consultation, or something for free, because when people go to social media, they're not ready to buy from you straight away. They need to know you first. here you could see the examples of the ad. As you notice, we are addressing the pain points we mentioned here. We are addressing them in our ads. I hope you can see it. I don't know if I could. Is it clear? You can see, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, so basically we need to understand pain points, and then in our ad copy, we try to address how we can sort the problems of our targeted audience. And in my next example, I'm going to show you another case study of how one of our agencies doing ads for ourselves, and we're using slightly different tactics, which you can use as well. In every ad, always you do call to your target market and your desired results. Same we did in the previous ad. We try to boost authority by saying that we spend $1 million on advertising, we have developed proven system, and we try to address skepticism, because in our situation, there's lots of skeptical people who don't believe in lead generation and all that stuff. So we provide the value first as well. We're providing something for free, either to watch or to download. And in our header, we specify a question that gives them a micro commitment yes. So, for example, you're offering something to your targeted audience, some results, put their desired results with a question mark at the end. So it gives like a small yes. I would like to see if anyone have any questions about ad copy before I'm moving into the next stage. I don't see the chat, unfortunately. Okay. Any questions so far? No questions. Right, shall I move forward then? Sounds awesome, okay. So now, this is very important part, because here I'm going to show how to create the ad form I was talking about and how to create the ad. So I pre-recorded it to avoid delays with opening links and slowing down. As Linda mentioned earlier, everything is recorded, and if you want to implement this for your business, you probably have to watch it again. So I'm going to turn it on now, and after that, we're gonna have a Q&A sessions, and you can ask me any questions you may have. Sounds good? Awesome. I hope you can. So let's start creating a lead form in Facebook. Here will be a step-by-step guide. So first of all, you have to go to the business page on your Facebook. Make sure that the Facebook banner on your page is resonated with your offer. Then you go here on the left side to the clicking publishing tools. And here you click more tools. And you click on instant forms. Form. Here is a new form or duplicate an existing form. In our case, we're going to create a new form. We give it a name. We're going to advertise free blueprint. And then we have to select the form type. There is more volume or high intent. More volume means when the user's contact information will be filled in automatically from the Facebook user profile. And high intent, that's when the user has to confirm his details and can manually put, for example, the phone number. In our case, we're going to use more volume. And then we choose a background picture for our form. So here you could see the preview of your form. It's like looks like a little mini landing page. Then we put the headline. I have a headline here. I'm sorry, I have some, my slides are gone.
Then we put it.
I'm sorry, my screen got messed up. I'm going to skip it a little bit.
Then we put a description. You can put it either in a paragraph or list. It's totally up to you. I don't have a long description, so I'm just going to put list. But if you advertise any product or services, or you're selling something, it's best to describe, your product. And even sometimes, in some cases, depends on what you're selling. You can put even the price. All right, let's go to our description. Okay. The wrong description. So you can see the preview. And then we're going to the next section called questions. So I would always recommend to ask one custom question, and you can ask really anything. You can either have a multiple choice or short answer or conditional or appointment request. It's totally up to you. I usually start looking like one question to filter out the good leads. I just put a short answer. And my question would be, I would say, business name and website. Okay. Here they ask for a short description to give people an idea why you're collecting their information. In our situation, we're giving the free blueprint. So we can just put this description. So they know why we ask for their contact details. Here you can also request to fill either user information or demographic questions or work information, even national ID number. In our case, we're going to request phone number. So we have email, name, and phone number. That's the details we need. Remember, the more questions you put in the lead form, the higher cost per lead would be for you. Then we're moving to the next step. It's the privacy policy. Facebook required us to put a privacy policy, which is very important. If you don't have your privacy policy, you can find a free one on internet and just create a page or maybe put it in a Google Drive. We already here have a link to our privacy policy, so we just place it here, okay? And we move here. You can also put disclaimer, depends again what product and services you're offering. And then we're moving to completion page. So since we are offering a blueprint, okay, they could download the blueprint by clicking that link. And here we place the blueprint. You can put here a link to your calendar and say, for example, schedule a call, or link to your website if you have one. And again, we can put some description. I would recommend you to write all of this up front, so then you create the form, you just copy paste, okay? And And you can review your lead form by scrolling here. Okay, so we have our description, title, image. We're asking for the contact details. Okay, let's go and see questions. Okay. So here there's an extra question they ask. And then we click button publish. So we have a form here. And then we can go to our business manager and create a campaign. If you don't have a business manager and you don't know how to set it up, send us a message so we can send you a video how to set your business manager up. It's very easy. So here we are, we click create. When we create a campaign, we choose objective called lead generation. Click continue. We name our campaign. Okay, so we can put campaign budget optimization. It's totally up to you. I will not go in depth here because it's because we have a very short time frame for this masterclass. But if you want to test several ad sets with different audiences, then I would recommend you to set the budget optimization on, and that way Facebook will decide where to allocate budget based on results they're getting for you. I will leave it off for now because I'm only going to use one ad set. Then we click next. And here we're moving to the ad set. We give it the name again. Okay. I'm going to target here job titles. So I usually like to put audience I'm going to target. And we already have here the lead method instant forms. Remember, you have to choose your page. In our case, here it would be agency page. We can choose a daily budget. If you're targeting in USA, I would recommend you to put not less than $30. It depends on your country, of course. Each country different, but in USA, it's works out more expensive. Okay, so here we go into the audience. In Facebook, there are so many types of audience you can select, either by interest or job titles or some other demographics. In this current case, we're going to write job titles. This part is related to your fundament. In your fundament, you have to write your demographics. In my case, I'm targeting people who is above, let's say, 25 to 60, location United States, language is English, and we want to see more options. Okay, so good. Location is good. Detail targeting. So that's where we can choose our target audience based on interest or job titles. I'm going to look for financial advisors. And here you can see some suggestions like financial advisor job title, or I'm going to look for insurance agents. brokers. We want the job titles, right? So let's search more. Okay, here we are. So we're choosing based on job titles, okay? So in our case, the blueprint is dedicated for financial services professionals. It's either financial advisor or insurance agents. That's why I'm searching for okay, and here we could see the job title, license. And it gives you the audience size. When the audience size is very small, you make sure it's bigger than what it is. Potential reach only 16,000 people. That's clearly not enough. Usually it should be around 300,000 or less if you want to get good results. You can also target sometimes page admin people if you're looking for business owners, or depends on your niche. Okay, so it gives us some job titles. We're just selecting.
So Vera, I wonder if we could hang on this for a second and allow people to ask some questions. We've got a few questions in the chat. And one of the questions is, this is really useful when it comes to creating ads on Facebook. It is a step-by-step guide and incredibly detailed. It's like having someone sit right next to us and create an ad with us on Facebook. And if you've never done that before, it can be really confusing. So this is really helpful to have this kind of step-by-step guidance in creating a Facebook ad. But one of the questions that we've received is two things. One, some of our audience have done Facebook ads before, but the conversion rate was low. So can you talk a little bit about how to bolster conversion rate with Facebook ads to make sure that not only are you reaching a significant audience, but you're actually incenting them to take action. You're doing something that helps them take action. So that's question one. Love you to jump on that. And the second thing that we want to talk about is there a way to create a reliable sales funnel without having to spend $30 on advertising? Again, $30 is not much. Facebook is incredibly inexpensive as compared to LinkedIn and many other platforms. It's really inexpensive. But say you don't want to spend any money on, that's $30 for the whole campaign, Lisa. That's not $30 per day. It's $30 for the whole campaign. So if you were able to say, I don't even want to spend $30 for 6 weeks. Don't even want to do that. Is there a way that we can develop a reliable sales funnel without using any ads? But let's take the first one, which is all about conversion rate. How do we ensure that we are developing the kind of ad that is going to create action?
Okay, so to answer your first question about the audiences, first of all, I would recommend, in my example, I am showing you only one audience, but in reality, you would like to test 2 or 3 or 4 audiences. For example, it could be people based on job titles, it could be people based on interest, it could be even list of database you already have, which you can upload to Facebook and run advertising to them. And as you know, in marketing, nothing comes without test. You have to test first. So you place 3 or 4 audiences and then see which one performs better. And once you discover which perform better, that's when you're trying to scale and you increase your budget and you scale. The best way, of course, to do is when you have already existing database of your clients, you can upload them to Facebook as well, and you can run advertising to them. Or you can create lookalike audiences. It's more advanced. I'm not showing this to you here because I wanted to make things simplified for those who don't know how to do it. I don't want to make it too complicated. But for simple, if you're just never done Facebook ads before, you created the form, you created the ad. All I suggest to do is testing. Create 2 or 3 audiences and run tests. And let's move to the second question about how to create a funnel without the ad spend. That's a very good question.
And I ask one other question, Vera. When we talk about testing, you're talking about testing subject lines, testing content, testing offers, and also testing audiences, right? So it could be that you're sending a different offer to different audiences and you're taking a look to see what really converts. So is offer A converting, which is a free white paper? Is it offer B, which is a 5-minute video? Or is it a free 30-minute consultation? So you have to look at the offers and you have to look at the audiences to understand what's really driving conversion, right?
Yes, that's correct. You can create 4 to 5 ads, 4 to 5 audiences, and then once you see which performs better, you're going to switch off the ones which don't work, and you're going to scale the ones which work better.
That's great. And then for that test, is that about a 6-week test generally? You want to make sure that, you have sufficient time to see what outperforms what. So do you recommend 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks? What does that look like in terms of the time for the test?
It all depends how much money you're willing to spend. Okay, if sometimes you don't have that big budgets, you obviously have to give it a week. And after a week, it's already, you can understand, because Facebook can give you results instant, or they don't give you results at all. Facebook is really good. It's, it's not like in Google where you have to wait weeks and weeks and wait. 1 week is enough for testing. And I would say even like 3 to 4 days, you already start understanding that something is not performing well. You could see at the stats and see, how they're performing, how many clicks you get. If you don't get clicks on one image, you don't get clicks on certain ad, that means it's not performing well. It's better to switch it off and, increase budget for those who perform better.
And for some people, they do the testing, they look at offers and audiences, and they may have 2 or 3 ads that they're testing for a week or 2 to see what is generating response, what's really generating leads. But as you explained in your example here, that in fact, being able to qualify those leads at the very beginning is important. So being able to ask questions in this funnel to qualify the lead is incredibly important, because you can generate a ton of leads, but the leads may not actually be qualified to embark on your service or your product. They may not be able to do business with you because maybe it's too much of a time commitment. It's too much of a financial commitment. They may not be the right audience. They may have misunderstood the offer. So you're suggesting that in the ad, we actually add in a couple qualifying questions, right?
Yes, that's correct. To filter the bad quality leads and the good quality leads. But you have to consider as well that when you put too many questions, the cost per lead going to be higher. So you have to decide if you're willing to pay for higher quality leads more money, which most of you probably do, then you can put like 3-4 questions. Sometimes we put even 9 questions in a form, but then that's like very good quality leads, but the cost per lead is very expensive. So at the beginning, when you're just testing, I would not recommend to put so many questions. 1 or 2 questions is enough. Let's not make things too complicated. But then you're going to filter and see how it is getting on, and you can add a few more questions if you want to, filter the quality.
And again, you're recommending about $30 per campaign, right? And most campaigns are 4 to 6 weeks, something like that.
It depends. Yeah, it depends on the area as well. For example, USA is very expensive. If you are in USA, it could be 30. 30 is the minimum, and it could go up to even 100. It depends on your niche.
Right.
But if you're
Absolutely.
in different country, it could be different budgets. So it all depends where you are, where is your targeted audience, and obviously the competition, because pricing based on competitors. The more competitors spending money on the more money spent on your niche, that means your cost going to be higher. So 30 is the minimum I would recommend, but in USA it could go even higher than that.
For sure. So Vera, let me also just ask real quick, if you said, wow, this is amazing, look at the demographic criteria that I can use to find my audience. I have demographic criteria, I have interests, I have behaviors, I have geography. I mean, there's so much rich information to target my specific audience in Facebook, find exactly those people that I want to connect with, but I don't really want to use advertising. How can you develop a sales funnel if you're not willing to spend money on advertising and that kind of reach? Then what would you recommend?
Yeah, okay. And this particular form will not work without advertising. And to promote funnel without advertising, you have to use different sources. That's gonna be probably your landing page with some offer, and the free channels you could use. It's you have to understand that if you have enough time to dedicate for organic outreach, and because time is money. So if you want to save your time and you need to generate leads fast and scale your business fast, you need to invest in advertising. But let's say you're at the start and you don't have money to invest in advertising. That's when you can create a Facebook page. You can start providing valuable information to your targeted audience. You connect with the people who you think might be your ideal customers. You friend with them. You send DMs. You keep sending information. You're contacting all the groups in LinkedIn or Facebook, even Instagram. But it takes time. So you have to decide. If you have enough time to do it, that's also possible, it's doable. And we also do organic outreach even for our agency and for our client, but it's time consuming. So it's like you have to, evaluate. If you have enough time to do that, yes, you can do it. But there is the fastest way to grow, and then you have to invest in advertising. That's my answer.
That makes sense. And I certainly have joined groups on Facebook and joined groups on LinkedIn and created connections, reached out to people and all that, which I appreciate. I love that. But at the same time, you're right. It takes a while to sort of build up that trust and build up that connection and be able to create almost a tribe of people around you that follow your page and that pay attention to your events and that, really are engaged in what you're doing. And at LeadHERship Global, we now have a really sizable audience of people that follow everything we do, but it's taken a while. So if you wanted to invest in advertising and you wanted to play with just $100, $200, you could find your exact audience, offer 2 or 3 different small commitments, small pieces of value, and see what really resonates with them. Now what happens? You receive those leads, and then are you recommending that you immediately follow up with a phone call or an email? How do you begin to activate those leads? So those people that said, I'm going to download that white paper, or I'm going to listen to that video, or I'm going to go go to that website, or in some way they're going to take advantage of the offer that you've made. So then how do you activate those leads?
Yeah, I always say the money is in follow-up. You have to follow up with your leads no matter what. We usually following up via text message, via email, and a phone call. You have to use all the possible ways to connect with your potential clients. You can offer them, for example, if you're offering some guide to download, you may call them and ask if they read your guide, if this guide was useful for them, and if they would like to know more about your service and your product, and try to schedule for a consultation or whatever you're offering. So yeah, follow-up is very important. Generating just leads is not enough. We have customers who generate leads, but then they don't call their leads, then, you know, what's the point of investing money? So it's very important to follow up and use like all the possible options you have, either call or email or SMS.
So let's talk about that. How do you ensure that with these leads, you're able to secure their phone number so you can text them, you can do an SMS follow-up, or you can do a phone call follow-up as well as an email? What kind of information comes back from the Facebook ads that then you can add into a database, a newsletter list, a follow-up campaign?
Yes, so one of the advantages I mentioned earlier, we can connect this lead form to CRM. Facebook allow us to integrate it with CRM. However, if you don't have CRM, it goes to CSV file, and then you have to probably, I don't know, whatever software you're using for email marketing, you have to place it in your software and use it, using like emails. If you don't have anything and you just call them manually, just call them and speak to them.